Good evening, sir. My name is Simran Shrestha. Today, I'll be presenting on the topic Real World Accounting Financial Analysis of Sushant KC's Live Event. So, through this presentation, I've tried to connect the real world scenario with the accounting principle, and I've tried to explain how we can use the accounting principle journal entry to record the transaction, which is related to the real life event. So, through this presentation, I'll be talking about the three transactions related to the event, and we'll explain how this transaction can be recorded using accounting principles, equation, journal entries, etc. So moving into next slide, talking in a bit detail about the event. The event name is Sushant KC's live concert. The event took place on March 8, 2025 at Salagari, Bhaktapur. So the official ticketing partner for the event was Khaldi, and the organizers were TRN Event Nepal and SKC with support from Garage Entertainment as well. So the organizers estimated around 15,000 attendees for the event. So the ticket included three types, that is general, fan pit, and VIP. The cost for general was 990, fan pit it was 1499, and for VIP it was 2499. So I have also estimated the total percent of people and the quantity of people who purchased the specific type of ticket. So around 60% of the people purchase general ticket, that is 9,000. 30% purchase ticket for fan pit, that is 4,500, and the rest 10% purchase the VIP ticket, that is 1,500 people. So the table also shows the revenue generated from the sales of each ticket type, and the total revenue for earned from the sales of ticket was 1 crore and 94 lakh. So here are the breakdown of some of the sources of revenue and expenses for the event. So the major sources of revenue were the ticket sales. Now, besides this, there were sponsorship from local brand and merchandise sales as well. And the major expenses were cost for venue rental and stage setup, sound and lighting equipment, artist fee, which included travel and accommodation, and other costs related with the marketing and promotions. So moving on to the transaction one, which is advanced ticket sales. So the first transaction was the sales of the ticket through Kalti. So even the customers purchased the ticket before the actual event, due to which the money, even though the money was received, it was not recorded. So the organizers didn't earn the money actually at that point. So according to the accounting rules, we cannot count it as the revenue until the event happens. So the amount was recorded as unearned revenue, that is liability. And where it is basically basically the organizers promised to deliver the concert in the future, so it was treated as liability. And the journal entry shows that the cash was recorded, cash as debit, and unearned revenue, that is liability, as credit. So the next slide is the another transaction, that is concert expenses. So the second transaction involves the cost of running the concert. Like the organizers spent around 1 crore and 35 lakhs rupees on the um, various things like venue, sound, lighting, marketing, artist fees, etc. So the these expenses were needs to be recorded in the same time as the revenue that they relate to, so that we know that what the true profit is. So the expenses were recorded as debit, and the cash outflow was credited. This shows the money was spent to put on the show. This followed the matching principle as well. So the next slide is revenue earned after the concert. So the finally, once the concert took place on the March 8th, the organizers can now record the money earned as revenue. So they fulfill the obligation. So the liability, that is unearned revenue, was removed, and the money was recorded as the actual revenue. So the journal entry reversed here, as compared to earlier, and unearned revenue and the credited unearned revenue was recorded as debit and the revenue was credited. So this step is a key because it reflects that the money was truly earned and it contributed to the profit of that particular period. So next slide is analysis of accounting accuracy. So the major accounting principle followed were accrual principle, revenue recognition principle, and the matching principle. So the firstly, the revenue recognition principle was followed. So revenue, since the revenue was recorded only after the concert, the next is matching principle. So we recorded the expenses and same price, same time period as revenue. Thus, the which followed the matching principle, as matching principle states that all the event related expenditures must be recorded at the same period as a revenue, ensuring that the proper profit can be calculated. And the last, we followed accrual principles, which states where we everything was recorded when it actually happened and not just when the cash was exchanged. So following these rules, the financial information was made reliable and transparent. So moving on to next slide is accounting equation maintained. So the accounting equation says that the assets must be equal to the sum of the liabilities and equity. So after the ticket sales, the cash that is an asset increased by 1 crore and 94 lakh. But unearned revenue has also increased, so the equation stayed balanced. So when the expenses for the concert was paid, the cash went down by 1 crore and 35 lakhs, since our expenses was 1 crore and 35 lakhs, which reduced our assets. And after the concert, the liability was revenue and the liability was removed and the revenue increased the equity by 1 crore and 94 lakh. So the net profit was so the net profit after deducting expenses from the revenue was 59 lakh. So the equation balanced properly. So to conclude this stage, Mm, to conclude, the this case study shows how accounting principles and accounting equation can be used in real world scenario. Like I have chosen entertainment event like concert, for example. So by properly recording the cost expenses related to the proper situation, the proper transparent and reliable statement, financial statement or journal entries, etc., can be generated. So this case proves that the accounting is important in managing, analyzing and evaluating the success of the large scale entertainment events in this case, for example, and also in other situation as well. So by stating this, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you.